Hi, sir.
I think yesterday you asked, right, Ajim, or somebody asked me, I don't remember, to
Yes,
explain
sir.
it once.
It's for
Yeah, yeah,
the same problem with everyone, sir.
Okay, okay. No problem. So at least, did you try it?
yes. Actually,
Yes,
I
sir.
tried.
We tried.
Oh, no, no. Did you already tried or?
Yeah, yeah. I installed Java and I installed Maven, but in both the servers, I am getting different Java. Like one different and another one is different. Like open and another one is run Java.
Okay,
Huh?
no problem. So,
So JNIT, go to JNIT group and click. Uh, can you send that request again because Pratik is telling that he didn't receive that request. So can you hear me, sir?
yeah, Pratik is part of the group, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's checking it.
Okay, I'm sending him personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent him personally.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this is server one. Okay. This is server two, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So in server one, we need to install Java, Maven, Git, and we need to build the artifact, right?
Yes.
Let's forget about server two. Let's work on server one. Okay. So what is the version of Java? We have OpenJDK. Okay. And let me open the documentation. Okay. Are you clear with the procedure?
Yeah. Yeah. We are clear. Means I tried that and I installed that Java in both the servers, but I am getting different Java in first server. It's good, like open one, and another one I use same file and install that Java, but I'm getting different Java in that server too.
Okay. I mean, like in the first server one, okay, server two is fine, but server one, are you able to build the artifact adapt.var file?
Yes, I can able to means install Java and Git, two things.
No, after that, after installing Java Git,
Hmm?
are you able to build the artifact?
No, sir. I was stuck there actually.
Okay. So no problem. I will explain you once again. So you people have installed Java and Git, right? And then did you do Maven? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So you guys did Maven?
Yes, I installed Maven because we just need to export these files and we can see that version also.
Yeah. After that, did you executed the command Maven package?
Yes, but it's not say it was showing Maven version. But when I type that CRUD app and I was typing Maven package, it wasn't showing that its file is not found.
No problem. So here I have the JDK file, Java file. So what I'll do, RPM space -IVH JDK, enter. Okay. So this is already installed. Okay. This is already installed. You just need to execute this command. It will get installed. But because I've already installed, it is showing this thing. Okay. Now here, after installing, you need to set the environments for Java. Okay, so here export Java home is equals to /usr Java JDK JR. Okay, then again export Java then is equals to dollar Java underscore bin /usr /Java JDK JRE bin. Okay, after this we need to install Git. I think it will show already installed because yesterday or day before yesterday we have already installed it. Okay, now right now where am I? I am in OPT, and what are the directories we have? We have multiple directories. Let me create a directory by name DevOps. Okay, and I'm getting into DevOps directory. Here I'm doing git clone followed by what we have here. We have CredApp in GitHub, right? So open that GitHub, and within the GitHub you have multiple repositories, out of which this is one of the repository in this account. So I am actually cloning this. Okay, I'm taking a copy of this and I'm doing a git clone. Enter. So what it is doing, it will download the repository from the GitHub to the local virtual machine. Now I am getting into that particular directory. So here I see something called pom.xml file, which is the Java code. Okay. So here I will execute this command called maven package. Okay. Enter. But maven is command not found, because even though maven is installed, I think yesterday we have installed maven, right? Hyphen version. Okay. So let me. Do we have maven here? We have maven here. One step. So get into this maven. Okay, we already have maven in present directory. In /opt we have maven extracted. Okay, so we need to export, or we need to set the environments for maven. Maven. Okay, now single hyphen. Maven hyphen version. Command not found. I think it got corrupted. Okay, let's check. What is this error? Apache Maven not working. Let's see what is this error. Okay, recently I downloaded this extractor. It is showing this error. We're getting this error, right? I'm just checking what could be the reason. Maven command not found if you're on Windows. Is the version what we are executing is correct? 3.5.2. Oh, okay. So here we downloaded the version 3.6.3. So let me make it. So you see here, we have downloaded 3.6.3, but we are doing it for 3.5.2. So it's a mistake we are doing. So Maven OPT 3.6.3. Okay, enter Maven home bin, export path Maven 3.6.3 bin path. Now Maven hyphen version. Yeah. Okay, this is done. We have set the environments for Maven. So right now where we are in the OPT, and then here we created this directory which is DevOps. Okay, and here we downloaded this CredApp from GitHub, and where we have pom.xml. Now here you have to execute Maven package. Now this command, what it will do is it will resolve all the Maven dependencies for this code, and it will create a package which is credap.var file. Whatever it is mentioned in the code, it will create that particular file. Okay, build a success, and you got this credap.var in this particular location. Now copy this location, use cd, enter ls, you see this particular file. So this particular is a package for application. So like this, you have multiple applications for this kind of package, and you will copy this package and you will put it in one of the application server. Tomcat is an application server. Okay, so this is the process is nothing but deployment. So people say we have deployment on Thursday, we have deployment on Friday, every week we have deployments, or in interviews you will get a question, what is the time period for your deployment? Like every week we have deployment. It could be platform deployment, it could be some kind of API deployment. Platform deployment happens on Thursday, API deployment happens on Friday. So this is like schedules you have regularly. So what is deployment? Deployment is nothing but creating a package, okay, and then copying this package and putting it into one of the application server. That is what deployment. Now, how do you deployment? Here manually, what we are doing, we are using some kind of command called scp command, and then this particular file followed by root @192.168 1 dot what is the IP address of another server? 247. Yeah, 192.168.1.247. Okay, and colon. What is the location where we have Tomcat? Let's check cd opt. Okay, you have Tomcat here, and here you have Apache, and here you have something called web apps. Okay, so present working directory. So you are doing deployment in this particular web apps location. So you have to copy it here. Okay, so when you execute this command, okay, let me remove this credap.var, whatever we have here. So remove credap.var. Yes, now we don't have this file, right? We don't have this file. Now if I enter here command, it is asking yes, and then now you see 100%. That means this particular file is copied to this Tomcat location here. Now if I do ls, you see this particular file. So this process is nothing but deployment, but we are doing it manually. But in real-time scenario, you will have certain tools like Puppet, Chef, Ansible, or you have some other tools like udeploy, where they will use those tools and they will have certain scripts. And they run the script. So what this script will do is, it will copy this particular deployment, copy this particular package file, WAR file or RAR file, and then it will deploy to that particular location where we have the application server. Now, application server could be Tomcat, it could be WebSphere, it could be WebLogic, it could be JBoss, anything. It could be any kind of application server where there will be a particular location in which you have this deployment files locating. Okay, so right now this is one of the Tomcat server we have, and in which we have only one application. Okay, let's say you have another application for a company, then you might be seeing one more, let's say abc.var, and let's say you have like a cdf.var. So multiple applications will have this multiple packages, and then whenever you hit this particular IP address, let's say this IP address followed by this application name, you can able to see the dashboard of that particular application. Okay, so this has a particular theme which is a student table. It will show that student table. Let's say you have one more application which is like abc.var, and when you use this IP address followed by that abc, so it will show that particular dashboard. You're getting my point? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
So this is the concept. So right now we have done, we created this package and we have deployed that package to this particular server. Okay, now here, so this is our Tomcat, right? Okay, now let us check the Tomcat is running or not. So what I will do, I will check the IP address, which is 192.168.1.247, and then I will open a tab, http colon, copying this particular IP. So here what I'm able to check, I can able to see the Apache test page. That means HTTP is running. Now here, colon 8080. So what is happening is Apache HTTP will be working on port number 80. So by default, your web page, your web browser, this is a browser which works on HTTP port 80. So that is the reason I need not to mention 80. Okay, I need not to mention 80 because by default your browser will work on HTTP request, right? 80. But if anything other than 80, I have to mention. So now Tomcat port number is 8080, right? So that is the reason I'm mentioning. Okay, now if I hit enter, I'm not able to see anything right now because what could be the reason?
We need to allow the port number.
Yeah, that is one thing. Okay, let us check. Firewall -cmd -list -all. Okay, so I already allowed. So that is ruled out. Even though I allowed, I'm not able to see. So what could be another reason? Okay, so every time, just remember, this is like, this is a simple funda. Anytime if you are unable to see service, it could be any service, it could be Jenkins, it could be a web server, it could be a load balancer, it could be anything. It could be any DevOps tool or any basic tool. Okay, if something is not working, first thing what we need to check is whether that particular service is running or not. Okay, so if the service is running, then only you can able to see the dashboard, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that means like, let's say, I mean, like if you want to go to a restaurant on some weekend and you look for a nearby restaurant, and if it shows open, then only you go to that particular restaurant, right? That is the first step what you do, and you will also check the timings from what time it gets open and then at what time it gets closed, right? So that is like the service. You're checking within what service time you're able to check in into that particular restaurant. So that means here also service. So I am using this port number to check the Tomcat dashboard homepage, but I'm not able to get saying this site can't be reached because one of the reason could be, okay, maybe your firewall port is not allowed, but because I executed this command and I can able to see the port is open. So that means simple, your service is not up, your service is not running. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That is one reason. Let's say if I find my service is also running, let's say if I find my service is also running, like how I opened my port, similarly, if I find my service is also running, then what could be the reason? Okay, so first thing is firewall port, but this is done. This is okay, open. Let's say service check. Okay, this is also done. Assume that service is also working. So as of now, service is not working here, but let's assume service is also working. So what could be the other reason? What could be the other?
Redirection problem
What redirection?
to the IP address when we are typing. The
You
connection
mean to
might
say
be.
network routing, right?
Yes, sir.
Network routing. So what he is thinking is like, okay, so command prompt. This is my local host command prompt, and ipconfig. ipconfig, it will give my local laptop IP address. Now you see this is my local laptop IP address, and this is my this is my VM IP address. Okay, where I hosted Tomcat, and this is my local IP. Now, do you find any difference? 192.168.1.195 and 192.168.1.247. So both the networks are same. Okay, so sometimes what happens is my host IP could be different. Let's say my host means my laptop IP. Let's say my laptop IP is 10.2.5.9. Let's say assume, and my VM IP is 192. So 10 dot and 192 are different networks, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
So there won't be any communication. So by default, between two different networks, there won't be any communication. So we have to reach out to network team to make sure there is a routing between these two networks. So you have to cross check each and every step to find out where is the issue. Let's say you've been given a ticket. Let's say you'll have Zero ticketing system or some kind of service now ticketing system in the companies. Oh, okay. So what will be the title of that ticket? You'll get unable to uh, unable to open unable to open. Um, let's say there is an application called ABC application. Okay, dashboard. Okay, and in that you'll have problem statement. Okay, unable to reach to ABC application. Okay, current behavior. Okay, not able to access ABC application. Okay. Um, what is that problem statement? Current behavior. Uh, expected behavior. Able to access ABC application. Then priority. You'll have like S1, S2, S3, S4, out of which this is assume that this is high priority S1, and environment. Environment is something like, is it development environment, test environment, prod environment? Okay.
Hello.
Impacting. Okay, this is not impact. Basically, blocker. This is what called blocker. Blocker. This is impacting. This is blocking. Performance test. That means somebody want to test the application performance, but because of this issue, they are not able to do it. So blocker and remedy, like resolution. Resolution means by what time the ticket has to be resolved. Let's say they will mention 3/05/2020. So this is how you will get tickets when you are into production or you are working in DevOps operations or something like that. So these kind of ticketing tools will be there: Jira ticketing tool, ServiceNow ticketing tool, and the ticket. So there will be multiple teams, and in those multiple teams, the ticket number will be there, like request ID or ticket number. A request ID will be something like some kind of ID, and that will be dropped into your bin. So everybody will have your own ticketing bin, and in that you will drop. So what you have to do? Okay, first you will check. Okay, this is what the title: user unable to open ABC application dashboard. And what is the statement? They can't reach out to that particular application. And what they want to do, what they want to have, like they want to access this, and this is like high priority, and this is that to production environment, and this is blocking their testing, and it has to be resolved by tomorrow. Okay, so what you will do? First, you will make this ticket into progress state. That means it will be in to do. By default, it will be in to do. Okay, but what you will do is you will make this ticket into progress. That means this is an indication that you are working on this ticket. Okay, that the email will be sent to that user saying that, okay, Rajkumar or whoever it might be has made the ticket. That means he is working. Now it is in progress state. So then what you will do? Then you will do the initial troubleshooting, saying that, okay, what is this IP address? Everything, like what all we did. It could be firewall issue, service check, like whether the service is not running, or network issue. Then you found something like might be firewall not open, or the service is not running, or network there is no routing. So assume that the service is not running. So what you will do? Then you restarted the service. Then after that you tested. Now when you tested, the application is working fine. So the resolution, what you will write in the ticket is, okay, found service was down, and why it is down? It could be it could be due to any reason. It could be maintenance issue. It could be high memory usage. It could be low RAM. It could be low disk space where files can't able to, logs cannot able to store, the application logs cannot able to store, or it could be some hardware issue. Anything. Found service was down due to high usage of swap space or some kind of reason. Then after that you will say restarted the service. It's working fine. Please check and confirm. Thanks. Okay, now user will check. So what happened? The ball was in your code, and then you gave it to your user. Now it's not your part. The user is having their part to check and confirm. Now what the user will do? He will check and say, okay, now it's working. You can close the ticket. That's it. Now what you'll do? Close the ticket. This is how it goes. Okay. Did you get the procedure how it goes in real time?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now you'll close the ticket. This is how you resolve based on priority. You'll have multiple tickets based on the priority, whichever is production, you'll take it as a high priority, and then followed by next level, like development or test or staging, those environments. Okay, so you need to find out what could be the reason. If without knowing what is the reason, you can't be able to figure out, and you'll put the ticket in the progress state, and then they'll assume like he's working, that day is gone, and tomorrow he'll reply. If you don't mention the resolution or if you don't find anything, then he'll say any update on the ticket, and this will go to manager. Then manager will reach out to you saying, man, did you check anything on the server? Then you don't have any answer. Okay, you can even put logs also. Found this error in the server, error logs in server. Then you can paste logs also here, all logs. What error? Is it like your application is not reaching out to the database? That is the reason the application is not working. It could be any reason. The reason could be anything. It could be high memory usage or logs issue. I mean, like disk space issue, or no communication between the database and the application. Got it? So now in our case, where are we? Okay. In our case, okay, what is the present working directory? Apache. So the application might be not working. Let's start. Let's start the service now. Tomcat started. Up running. The service was not up running. Now after this, because you deployed the application, if I open, ideally it should show the student table. Okay, so this is what the student table, right? Okay, now if I add something here, let's say Ajim Khan DevOps 2020, submit. Now it is getting saved. That means the application is working fine. Now there is an integration between the application and the database. Now I can able to see the data stored in the database. Everything is working fine as expected. Got it? And what are the procedures we took to got this up running? This is what the documentation, what we did. Okay? Got it?
Yes.
So if you have any doubts, tell me. And then after that, share your screen. We will set up.
Nice, sir.
You can share anybody. You can share your screen at what point you got stuck. I can able to tell you, what could be the reason. So I'm stopping my sharing. You share the screen. Now we will resolve what is the issue. I'll make you to do it. Don't worry. I mean, I'll tell you. You just need to execute it, because you need to know what is the point where you are lagging. I mean, what is that where you got stuck, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody, Shruti or Anwar, Ajim, Pratik, please share your screen.
Yes, I was trying to share my screen.
Yeah.
Security.
Yeah, there is some button tab on your
Yes,
Zoom screen called share screen. You can click on that and you can share.
Yes, I'm trying to give permission to Zoom.us in system preferences first. It's not working.
You have any network issue? I can't able to see the screen.
Now maybe you'll.
Okay. Yeah.
You can see me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm in my bin system. I can't get my Tomcat port to log. Sorry, to yeah. What you are explaining right now?
Now, first, tell me in which server you had Tomcat. I mean, like you have set up Tomcat.
Server 2, right?
Okay, this is server 2, right? Now show me the IP address, IP space A, IP space A, enter. Okay, so your IP is 192.168.1.218,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
Open your browser. Yeah,
Uh,
copy that. Open your browser, paste it, Control V.
mhm.
No, just Control V. It will take HTTP by default. Enter. Okay, so you can able to see Apache test page.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now colon 8080. Enter. Okay. So now go to that server. Okay. So PWD. Right. So dot forward slash st tab give tab. Okay. Enter. Now Tomcat started. You see there Tomcat started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now go there and then refresh the page.
Go to Tomcat.
No, the browser, Chrome. Refresh the page. Okay, it is taking time. Okay, now go to that server, check the firewall. Okay, it is opening.
Okay. Yeah.
So Tomcat is working fine. You have allowed 8080 port. That is fine. Now open the browser. Open the browser. Give forward slash after 8080. Give forward slash, and then CRUD CRUD capital APP. Capital APP. Enter. Okay, so basically there you're not able to reach out to that application. Now go to the server, go to the VM terminal. Okay, so go one step back, cd space dot enter, then ls, then you see a directory by name web apps, right?
Web. Yes, sir.
Get into the directory cd. You need not to type, just use tab. Yeah. So ls. Server one.
Oh, go to server 1.
Yeah.
This is my.
Okay, you can open another terminal within that same. Open the terminal. Don't use console. This is console, right?
Yeah.
You can open another terminal, right? I think Control T.
Yes.
Yeah. Here,
Connect
now
to.
connect to SSH to 1.251. Yeah, 192, 168, 1.251. 168, 1.251. Okay, give the password, maybe root 1234, or I don't know what you gave. Okay, so give IP space A. I'm just making sure you logged into correct server. Okay, now fine. You can just minimize that console, server one console. So this is your server one, right?
Yep.
Now here, okay, did you set up Java?
Yes, sir.
Maven? Okay.
Java,
Go, and did you download the pom.xml file from GitHub?
Which one?
From GitHub, CRUD pom.xml file.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to that location where you downloaded.
Which one?
I mean, like wherever you downloaded, right? You have used probably in /opt or some location. ls, give ls. Okay, maybe it's not here.
Task or something?
Okay, that's not a problem. You can create a directory. Let's create a directory.
Create a directory.
Make directory. mkdir. Give some name. Give, let's say, DevOps or any directory name. Now get into this directory. Okay, cd. Okay, now give this command git space clone then space. Okay, now open the browser, Google Chrome, and go to that GitHub where we have that CRUD app. Open GitHub. Yeah, I think this is the link.
Yeah, I did this, but I
Okay.
forgot where I downloaded this thing.
Okay, then open that. We will check it where you downloaded. Open the terminal. Let me show you.
Hmm.
So just remove that git clone. Okay. Now use this command called locate, LOCATE
Mhm.
space CRUD capital APP
Okay.
CRUD capital APP PP. Enter. Okay, so locate command is not working because it is not installed. You can use find command.
Okay.
Okay. Maximize the terminal. Find space slash find space slash
Where is slash?
one single slash space hyphen name space CRUD app. No space. Single space CRUD app.
CRUD app.
Enter. Okay, you see, you can use these commands.
Wait.
Let's say you have created some files or directories, or you don't know, you might have forgot that. So you can use find command, locate command to check where you have created. Now you see, you have downloaded the particular CRUD app in /root/task directory.
Yes, sir.
Got it? Now use cd space, copy that root task CRUD app target. Not CRUD app, no, because
Not
CRUD app is a file, right?
Yeah.
CD is you to get into directory, but not file. And right click. I mean, like paste it, enter. Okay, now ls. Now you see, you have already downloaded and you have already built, you have already created this package.
Yes.
Okay, now let's deploy it. Okay, so SCP space, secure copy, SCP space, C and tab, give tab,
Yes, sir. It's not
double
nothing.
tab,
Double tap.
now CR, double tab,
CR
double tab.
double tap
Yeah, now dot tab.
dot tab.
So you have to use tabs because when you type it right, you may type wrong names.
Yes.
So it is better to use tab. And then now you are copying this file to another server. Okay, so what is the server username you are copying? Root, right? So root @
Root.
and the IP address of that. Go to that server IP. What is that?
It's this the other one, right? 12181. This one.
Yeah, type that. 192.168.1.218 colon.
No,
It's not semicolon, colon. Yeah. Now go to that server.
Yeah, like type
Server
it.
1. No, server 218. Yeah.
218. Type it.
Go to 218. No. Don't do it. Control C. Control C or Control Z.
Control Z.
Control C.
No, nothing happened.
Give no. Enter. Now go to that server 1. 218. Go to 218. Yeah. And then now here do pwd. So you have to copy this location to that server now. In that command, you have to copy this. Just select that line. The output of no. The output of pwd. Select it. Just copy it. Yeah. Copy and then paste it here in this server. Because you want to copy, you want to deploy it, right? So you want to deploy this file to that server location. Now press enter. Say yes and enter. And then give the password. Yeah, you deploy. So did you understand what you're doing? What you have done? Did you understand this?
Yes, I deployed it.
So you basically copying the location. And then you are copying from 215 to 218.
18.
So you deployed it. Now, okay, now go to the 218 server. Click on the 218 server and do ls. Now you see, previously when you do ls, you don't have the CredApp.var file, but now you see CredApp.var file available.
Yes.
Now go to browser, open that HTTP. No, you have already opened, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Full screen, full screen. Now refresh the page. No, that's okay. Refresh. Now you see, because you deployed that application, you can able to see the dashboard.
Yes.
Got it. Now click on that add student. Now give details. Let's say Pratik and last name Chand. Yeah, course, anything. Just give randomly anything. Yeah. Submit. Okay, so you are getting error. That means until you deployed and you can able to see dashboard, but there is no integration between your application server and your MySQL database.
Yes,
So
I have
you
not
can't
started MySQL yet.
get the data into your database. That means maybe you have already set up database, but there is no clear communication between your application server, which is Tomcat, and database. So did you set up MySQL?
No, sir, not yet. I
You
was
have-
stuck. I was stuck in Tomcat. So
Okay. So until here you understood, right?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
After this, you have to set up, you have to install MySQL, and then after installing, you have to open the port in firewall, and then within that MySQL, log into that MySQL using user, and then you have to create a database, and then you have to get into the database, you have to create a student table, and then you have to come back to application server. Within the configuration, you have some file called a context.xml where you have to give the JDBC connector.
Yes, sir.
Now you have done integration between your server, which is Tomcat server, and database. Now when you give the student name or whatever details, now it will be saved to your database.
Okay.
So that part you have to do it.
Okay. So yeah, after this, okay, I think I can do it. If you have problems, I'll ask you.
But you understood, right, what you have done until now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, downloaded this
So
package.
you basically created the package and then you manually deployed that into one of the Tomcat servlet engine.
No. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, Anwar, where did you get stuck? You can share your screen, or Anwar or Ajim or Shruti.
So I was stuck at one point where in Tomcat server application, like I was trying to change my port from 8080 to 8081. The thing is, I have 8080 port on Jenkins, so I was not able to run it, but I was somehow stuck at that point and I'm not able to change my port.
Okay, so it's good that you're doing something
Yeah.
different, like changing the port, because you already have a Jenkins service which has the same
Yeah.
port in 8080. Okay, so but the one thing which you have to do is whenever you are trying to change something in the configuration file, you
Mhm.
have to take the backup of that particular file. Did you do that?
No.
Yeah. So because if you don't do that, let's say you did some mistake in that particular configuration file,
Okay.
and then if you don't remember what you have done it, so then it will be a big problem. You can't able to find out.
Yeah.
Right. So anytime you want to change something in any configuration file of any service, you better have to take anybody. You people have to take the backup of that configuration file. Let's say the configuration file name is http.conf. So you do cp space http.conf space http.conf.backup and then save that particular file in some location, so that if you are doing something in the original file, if you find any mistake, you can remove it and then you can create a new file from the backup file.
Okay.
That's the best practice what you follow.
Okay, so I'll do that from the next time.
Yeah, but as of now, you share your screen. Let's change that port and let's figure out what you did.
Yes.
What mistake you did. Yes,
Yeah.
share your screen. Okay. Okay. So you want to have your Tomcat on 8081, right? Yeah. Now go to the server where you have Tomcat. Okay. So this is Tomcat, right? Can you do PWD? All right. So now ls. Okay. So you have these files. Now if you want to change your port number, there will be a file by name server.xml. So vi space server.xml, vi space server.xml. Enter. Can you maximize this the terminal? Yeah. Now here you have changed the port which is 8081. Okay. But where you have done that change, can you scroll down? Okay. There you go. You see connector port 8081, right? That is what you changed, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir. That is what I have changed.
Okay. So can you scroll down? I mean, like use your arrow keys.
Okay.
Okay. Now get into insert mode.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that the only thing you changed or you changed anything else?
No, nothing else, sir. That is the only one I have changed. Like this line in the connector port, I have changed it from 8080 to 8081.
Okay, no
And
problem. Did you allowed it in the firewall?
yeah, I have allowed it, sir. And I have one more doubt, like in the next one, like connector executor, I've changed the port to 8081 too. Is that required or is that not required?
Basically, just go one step, one line upward. Use
Okay.
up arrow. Yeah.
Mm,
No, one step. Come down. Two step.
mm.
Yeah. Put it there. Now you see something called less than symbol, exclamatory hyphen, right?
Yeah.
From there, you come down. You just go to. I mean, like use the down arrow key.
Yeah.
Down arrow one more time. One more time. One more time. No, down arrow. One more time. Until here. So from the top until here, this is what called comment.
Okay.
This is the comment. Yeah, just like how we use hash scripts.
Yeah.
Whenever we want to comment something I mean, like between the script, between the code, you use hash followed by something like this is related to web server or some kind of comment, right? You write it in
Yeah.
script. So this is something like comment. The
Okay.
less than symbol followed by the greater than symbol is something like comment. So if you even change anything also, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Got it. But
Yes.
whichever is not in between that is actually impacts your application server.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is fine. You have done change, which is like 8080 to 8081. It's not a problem. Now you escape and then colon q. Just escape from that file.
Okay.
Okay. Now show me the ports of firewall. What ports you have opened? Firewall -cmd -list -all. CMD space. Okay. -list -all.
Have space. Okay.
Yeah. List -all. All. Enter. Okay. So did you reloaded the firewall?
Yes, sir. I have.
Can you once again reload it? Firewall -cmd -reload. CMD space -reload. Okay. Now go to the browser. Okay. Enter. Okay. Now can you go to that? Can you go one step back? cd space dot, and then ls, and then cd into bin, then dot / start st tab use tab enter. Okay. Now you go to browser and then reload. Browser reload. Okay. So can you check the IP address? Is it 206 or not?
Yes.
192.168, 1.206. Okay. Can you remove that 8080 and just give enter? Remove that 8080. No. In the browser.
Okay.
Yeah, we just want to check whether HTTP is accessible or not. Okay, maybe you did not.
I didn't allow port 80.
Okay. So can you install yum install httpd -y d not s d control C remove s and put d for Delhi d enter. No problem, you can have cursor in between, not a problem, it will get installed. Yeah, now start the service. Systemctl start httpd. Yeah, now reload the browser, reload the page. Okay, so you have to allow the port, right? Firewall -cmd, give that command --permanent -add-port is equals to 80/TCP and then reload the firewall. Add-port is equals to 80/TCP. No, 80 because HTTP port number is 80, right? Yeah. Then reload the firewall. I mean, no. Firewall -cmd -reload. You have to give that command. Otherwise, it will. Okay, HTTP is working fine. So there's no problem as far as network is concerned.
Okay.
Now colon 8081. Okay, now give 8080. No, I mean like the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, give 8080. Okay, so you have done you messed up the configuration file actually. Yeah, so that is the reason you should take the backup of that file. So if there is a small change also, you can't able to access. So what we can do is, okay, so Pratik, can you tell me in which IP address your Tomcat has set up?
Yes, sir.
In which IP you set up Tomcat?
Let me see. Yes, sir. Want a number?
Where did you set up Tomcat? IP address. I want the IP address.
Oh, yes, sir. 190.
Sorry, you people are you people living in different apartments, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can do this way. CD ... go back to Tomcat directory. Again, go back. ls. Okay. Now rm space rm space -rf space ap tab give tab. Okay, enter. Okay, now star space hyphen xvzf space ap tab, enter. No, single tab, enter. Now ls. Okay, now cd into Apache Tomcat directory. Now cd into bin, there will be bin, right? ls. Now run that startup script .for st tab. Use tab, don't write. Enter. Okay, now go to browser because you already opened 8080, right? Now enter. Okay, now systemctl status Jenkins. Jenkins service. Is Jenkins installed in this?
It is installed in my Windows. So
So, I mean, like, how does it matter if you install it in your local Windows, local laptop?
okay. I thought it might be affecting because
No.
okay.
So, did you open the port 8080 in firewall?
Yes, sir.
Can you show me?
Uh,
8080 opened. Okay. Okay, can you do systemctl restart network? Enter. Network dot service. Okay, so that is a problem. So there's some network issue. So what you have to do is,
So there is same problem from my server as well.
yeah. So what you have to do is, you can use init space 0 to shut down the sorry, VM. Init space 0. Enter. So this will shut down your VM. Now go to Oracle VirtualBox console. No, I mean like the dashboard, Oracle VirtualBox. Yeah, this one. No. Yeah, this one. Okay, now go to settings, go to network, and go to adapter 2. Okay, now go to adapter 3, adapter 4. Okay, now go to adapter 2. Just disable that, uncheck that. Okay, now go to adapter 1. Make that as a bridge, and then okay. Okay, now start the VM. Okay, you can minimize this one. Okay, on the putty, just right click on the putty on the top. On the top, right click and then restart session. Okay, first let us check the IP, right? Because your IP will change. Go to Oracle VirtualBox. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Log into this and then use IP space A. Okay, root and then your password. Okay, IP space A. Okay, so yeah, if up ENP0 S3. Okay, IP space A. Okay, 1.156. Now you can close this putty. Open a new putty. Yeah, not partition. Yeah, putty. 1.156, 192.168, 1.156. Enter. Okay. Give the username, password. Okay. Now, go to the Tomcat location. Go to bin.
Okay.
CD, OPT, Apache, slash OPT. CD slash OPT slash. No, you can directly go CD space. I'll tell you. CD space AP tab. Give tab. Double tab. Okay, Tomcat. Okay, now tab, give tab, double tap. Okay, or else enter, do ls. Okay, where did you downloaded that Apache?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, no problem. Use find command, find space, / space, hyphen name, space, APACH star, APACH star, give star,
Wait.
enter. You see, you can able to see all the files and directories which is starting with APACHE. Star means after APACHE, it could be anything. That's what star is. Now you should be able to see where is your Apache directory. You see anywhere? Okay, you have it in your slash. Here you
Root.
have the second output. Yeah.
It is in
Copy that.
root.
Copy that CD. Completely select that. Okay, now right click. No, not on the terminal. If you right click, it will be pasted. Yeah. Now you see PWD.
Hmm.
Here you have downloaded. Now ls. Okay, now get into bin and then start Tomcat. Use tab. Don't write. Okay, now go to browser. Go to browser.
Okay.
Okay, the IP address it got changed, right? No, IP address changed, right? 156. I think. 156. Okay, you see, so you had a network issue. That is the reason you are unable to access. Right? Did you get what you have
Yes.
done?
Yeah, yes.
So you have a network issue. That is the reason you're typing an IP which is not the server IP.
Okay.
And the request is not reaching to that server where you have hosted Tomcat.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to change the configuration, copy that configuration file. There it will be in conf, and then give the replica name, and then put it in some location. Now change the port number. Now let's do it. Go back to conf, cd one step back. Now get cd into conf. Now ls. Okay, now you have server.xml, right? Now copy cp space s tab, give tab. Yes, now give some name, server.xml, give tab. Okay, now I mean like, no. After XML, put a dot, and then give backup. Enter. So now you have a backup of original file, right? Now use VI editor and go to server.xml file. Okay. So now come down.
కలిపి పెట్టేసిన చపాతీ చేయడానికి అత్తమ్మకి మామయ్యారు బయట తింటా అన్నారు కదా కాకపోతే ఒక
What is talking? Yeah, go to that connector port, get into insert mode, change that to 8081. Get into insert mode. Yeah, remove that 0 and put 1. Escape :WQ. Enter. Now go back to your page like web browser, and then remove that 8080 and remove that 0 and put 1. Because you have done some change in your configuration file, so you have to restart your service. So go back to bin. Can you somebody mute your background? Not. So go one step back, and then get into bin directory. Get into bin directory, and then shut down the service and then restart. // tab. Use tab. Yep. Okay. Now again start it. Enter. Okay. Now go back to web browser and reload. You see? So whenever you do some change for your configuration file, okay,
Yes, sir.
always you have to restart the service.
Okay.
So this is how you have to do to change any port number or anything. It could be anything. If you want to change something in a configuration file, it is mandatory. You have to take the backup, and then only you can able to do any experiment on original file.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you know it, right? How to build package and deploy it into that, and then later do MySQL.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know it, sir.
Can you mute your?
Yes, sir. I'll mute it.
Yeah. How about Anwar, Ajim?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
So where you guys got stuck?
I was trying to do the like installing the Java file, sir, and it got like says PC got some hardware problem and got restarted, and it's like not going through. And server 2 got some problem. Yeah, it's not even showing the mouse, not even showing the network error, and
Can
unable
you
to.
please share your screen once?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Server 2 got some problems, sir. I got stuck. So I
So
need.
did you install Java?
When I tried to install Java, PC got restarted. So it says there is a hardware problem. Trying to fix.
Oh, your local laptop.
Yes, sir. Local laptop. Whole system got restarted.
Okay. So you did not started. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Shall I do the server 2 or server 3? The server 2 got problem.
anything is fine. I mean, like it's not mandatory. You have to do it in server one. It's just that I took that name. You can do it in anything. You can build package in 2, 3, or it's like not mandatory that you have to do it in server one only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Do it and come up with questions
Yeah, okay, sir.
because you have not yet started, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to start it, and if you stuck anywhere, then only I can able to
Yes,
tell
sir.
you where you got stuck.
Yes.
Understand where you got stuck, and the next time you don't able to, you don't uh, you don't get stuck over there. The same point.
Yes, sir. You wanna see the server 2 problem, sir? There is some problem.
Yeah, sure. Start it. Server 2, yeah, starting behind server 3. You are getting any error or what?
I'm unable to see the mouse cursor in this, and
These things are specific to laptops. Basically, I mean, like I find these things. Okay, that's not a problem, right? I mean, like, why do you want to have cursor? Because anyhow, you're gonna execute commands.
yes, sir. When I'm trying to copy some commands and it's not.
Okay, so basically, you can't copy. You can't copy into console. That is the reason you have to use putty.
Okay, okay.
Putty is the interface.
I'm
The
unable
interface.
to connect putty for the server 2, sir.
Let's see the IP address first. Okay, log into that server too. So you should always use putty kind of interfaces to copy something, copy paste. You can't copy directly to VM. It's with everybody, not only you. Yeah. Now give the IP space A. Okay. Now make it up. If up space enp0s3, enp0s3, enp0s3. Okay. Enter. Okay. Now IP space A. Okay. So your IP is 192.168.1.143. Now open putty. 192.168. Type it. 192,
192.
168, 1 dot. What is that IP? 143. Fancy number. Click on open. Okay.
It's
Okay.
what it says, sir.
Okay, no problem. So now go to the Oracle VirtualBox dashboard, the main dashboard. Okay, now go to settings. Go to network. Okay, this is bridge adapter. Got it. Now go to console, server to console. No, console. Now system restart network. System SYSTEM CTL. TEM.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
System CTL restart. You want me to try the service one, sir?
System CTL restart, not a problem. If you don't even write service also, not a problem. Enter. Okay, so you also have some network issue.
Yes.
So you go to your shut down this server, init space 0. Init space 0. Enter. Okay, now go to the dashboard. Okay. Now, no. So close that. No, I mean like close. Okay. So you disable use adapter 2. Just uncheck it and use some other adapter and enable it and then use bridge. Don't change anything. I mean like just put it by.
No, I mean default it's select the Dini all, sir. So shall I do the same?
Yeah. So you just now start it and then your IP will change and then from there you can able to do putty. Okay.
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 Yes, sir.
So
I
now
will
you
execute.
able to access.
I will execute and ask you that out tomorrow class.
Yep. How about Anwar? Oh, is this Anwar or Ajim?
Azim Anwar, sir.
Okay. Now Ajim, how about you?
Shall I
Yes, sir.
stop sharing the screen, sir?
Same issue?
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Okay. So I mean like did you set up Java, Tomcat, anything like MySQL?
Yes, sir. I set up that Java and I was typing that Maven package and I am getting this error.
What is that you have?
This
Maven package. Okay. Now, did you set up the environments for Maven?
Yes, sir. I did.
Okay. So can you check the version of Maven?
Okay.
MVN space hyphen version. Okay. So basically, the thing is, you might have done the same mistake, copy paste from the document because the document version is different and the one which we downloaded is different.
Okay.
Okay. So can you go to that package where you downloaded the Maven? Maybe in /opt, I think. Can you cd to /opt? ls. Okay. Where did you downloaded the Maven?
I think in task I create one.
Okay. Now, yeah. No, it will be cd enter and then go to task. Cd space task. Oh, where did you create a task? No, find that. Find space slash space hyphen name
Find space
slash forward slash. Yeah, space hyphen name space task.
Can I check that Tomcat file, because I don't think I don't know where I means.
That's what. For that only we are finding. Enter.
Oh my god.
Maximize that putty. Okay, scroll it up. No, I mean like you have. Yeah. I think you did not create a task.
Can I check in my server?
Yeah, you can check. You can check.
Can I check for Tomcat maybe? So
Yeah, you can check anywhere.
can I check my server one, because I was confused, so I don't know where I install that Tomcat.
Okay. Yeah, check it. ls. Oh yeah, get into task. Okay. ls. Okay. This is CRUD app, right?
So
Now check maven mvn space hyphen version. Okay. Maybe, did you download it?
yes, sir. I downloaded it and I checked that version as well.
Okay. Now use find command to check where that Apache file is. Find hyphen name space APACHE star enter.
Name.
Hyphen name, not name. Hyphen name. APACHE star. Yeah. No, give star. Up arrow. Star. Enter. Maximize the screen. Okay, so you download in /opt. You see the last output, last line.
Okay, here, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay, CD into that location. Okay, ls. Yeah. So here, go to the document and then use those 3 export commands, but make sure you put 3.6.3 but not 3.5.2, because in the document when I created the version was 3.5.2. Okay, now we downloaded the latest version, right?
Yes.
So you need to change that and then execute those 3 commands, and then you can able to see maven version. Then you can able to build the package.
Okay, so let me open that.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So which command I have to?
Maven. Third step. Yeah, here you see the version is 3.5.2, and there the version is okay. Copy and then right click and then change that. Right click. Okay, remove that 5.2 and put 6.3. Enter.
Okay.
Enter. Yeah. Again, the second line. Second line is as is, not a problem. You can use Control C, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's not copying like that.
Okay. Then third point, but you need to change that in the document also. You can change it, not a problem. Okay. Yeah, change the no, use the arrow. Yeah, remove that and then put 6.3. 6.3. Enter. Okay. Now maven version mvn space hyphen version. Okay, now it is showing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have to go to the Tomcat location Oh, sorry. You have to go to task, and then there you will see the CRUD in which I think you have CRUD in this server, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So what you do is you
Mhm.
use the git clone command and then download in this black color screen. Okay.
Can I
Okay.
check whether I have this CRUD app in here also with find key?
Yeah,
Find.
but if you download it, then only you will be able to find it. If you don't download it, it will not show up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So use the git clone command and then download the CRUD repository to the local VM, and then use maven package command to build the artifact. Then deploy that it into Tomcat.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir. I was stuck here, so that's why I'm not going further than this because this is the main problem. So after that, you already showed to Pratik, so we can do that.
Yeah. So why I asked you people to share screen is because you have to know where you got stuck and what is the solution for that.
Yes.
If you do it practically by yourself, then you will remember. And it's better to get errors. It's better to get these kind of questions because you don't forget the next time. If I do it and then you just look into the screen and then you forget it, right? But if you do it manually, then you'll remember these things.
Yes.
Yeah. So I expect by tomorrow, like I expect everybody to have this setup. So will you be able to do it now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So tomorrow evening,
Yes, sir.
I will ask each and every person, the 4 people, to share your screen and uh, show me I mean, like whenever you give some data in the student table, it should get uh, copied into your database without any error. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you get any questions, issues, don't directly look for friends. Research it. Google it. Okay. Don't look for direct answers. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll check. So if you are done with this, then only we'll move on to next topic. Or else we will wait until you finish this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Have a good night.
Have a
Thank you,
good
sir.
night, sir. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Yes, sir.